Welcome, folks. Samson Toll, Labrador Public Radio. Thank you for joining us this evening. Oh my goodness. Okay, thank you for joining us this evening. We have some technical issue here that we'll try to resolve. Those have been resolved, and we'll say thank you. Safety, Lord Jesus. We want to thank you again this evening for bringing us back here together through your mercy that we're here this evening. Lord, we ask you to continue to provide that mercy for all of us. We ask you, my Lord, that you continue to pour your blessing on us. We want to thank you this evening again, Lord, that the disease is out there, but yet still you have us here. We want to thank you for your mercy. We want to thank you for your protection. My goodness, Lord Jesus, things that you continue to do for us. You're the only person that can do that. Not man. No one else can do it for us but you. And we want to take this time this evening to say thank you. Lord Jesus, as you know, we, the Liberian diaspora, we have two tables. One table here in the diaspora where we have family to feed. We have another table back home where we have family to feed as well. And because of that, you have given us the opportunity to do what we have to do to support and help our brothers and sisters back home. We ask you to continue to bless us and guide us as we try to fulfill whatever it is that you want us to do in this life. Lord Jesus, we ask you to bless the country of the Republic of Liberia. We ask you to bless the leaders of Liberia. We ask you to give them wisdom, my Lord, to do what is good for our people. Jesus, we ask you to bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Let's get it going. Samson Toll, Labrador Public Radio. It's going to be a doozy one here this evening. Going to be a very doozy one here this evening. We want to welcome all of you that are watching. We say thank you very much. Thank you. Let's get it started here. We're a little bit behind, not a little bit, 30 minutes behind, I suppose, but that's fine. We can do better than that. I hope we will do better next time. Thank you. First of all, let's introduce the show. Of course, this is Liberian Public Radio Conversation with Samson Toll, your host, Samson B. Toll. The man from Toll Town, Blaku, the liberal progressive. He's on it. Thank you, my Lord, thank you. Okay, let's get it going. This is the President of the Republic of Liberia, folks. This is our President, Dr. Weah. President Weah was elected to lead us. He's leading us. And some of us might not agree with the process in the leadership and how he leads us. Nevertheless, he was duly elected. He didn't come to the position through the back door. He came in knocking to the Liberian people's door, and they opened the door. He's in there. If I, Samson, to want him out, I will have to wait until his term 6 years according to the Constitution. I can't come out here because I disagree with him, therefore I should be disrespectful. No, I can't come out here because I disagree with him. So in my process of disagreement with the president, whatever policy is there, that I should be disrespectful and not be responsible. That also is not something that I'm willing to do. As a liberal progressive, we come to this position from a broad perspective, folks. Samson told this evening, I'm on fire. Hey, we ain't start yet. We're coming on. But what do you think you keep coming on? I take you. Alfonso, Nathaniel, you're on me again tonight again. And then when you that bamboo with devour cola tonight, and my machine go off. That bamboo with devour cola. Nathaniel, Alfonso, you're way over there. That your hand, you can't take in my water. And my machine go off. Let me bring my car to say, what's wrong with you? What? You better be careful. My machine, if the machine go off tonight, that bamboo with devour cola. Sounds simple, folks. Do I dare to do this thinking like being in Total? I don't think so. If I was in Total, you won't even see me holding this thing. I can do it here in the Folks, we're here to have fun. I want to thank all of you again. God is the guiding force we have here, folks. We do these things for fun. And I want to thank all of you. On a very serious note, this is the president. I'm going to be doing 2 shows here tonight, into one. The first one is about the Doe Community Road. Folks, the Doe Community Road, when it was being constructed some 3 years ago, I was out here when the president first drove out into Doe Community Road. It was raining at the time, and I didn't like the way the president was brought into the community. I suggested, those of you that followed me at that time, perhaps you're still able to remember, but that's 3 years ago, but you can research it. I suggested that before the president went to the site, they had pothole filled with water. All it took was only 2 4-inch. You put that pump in there and dry the place out. And let the president walk from whatever direction he's coming into the point of whatever he's going to be, his destination. But they didn't do that. They had the car rallying through the water, and the president couldn't step out. They had to find a place, dry land. I would not have done that. And then they went on. The president, who is not an engineer, he went on to talk about the road. But folks, we will deal with that later. That's something we're going to be doing here. But let me go on. Quite recently, the president, and the other topic that I'm going to be discussing is the continued county tour. And the question that I have, and many of you sedition, if you don't like what I'm going to be saying tonight, bring it on. Say whatever you want to say about me. I'm bloku. You can't do nothing to me. My hair in you more. I'm bloku. What one you don't understand? Elephant skin, very, very thick. How many days did it take elephant for people to cook elephant? Those of us that are from the countryside, 3 to 4 days before you can eat the elephant skin. They're going to boil it for 3 to 4 days. It's very thick. And that's what I have. You can, nothing you will say to me that would be strange to me that I have never gone through before, where you have to say that I have never experienced in life. Hey, please. Don't waste your time. If you come here to have a dialogue with me, let's do so. I'm going to criticize, but I will do so with respect. I'm going to criticize, but I will do so with responsibility. Now, many of you might not even like that, but too bad. I'm bloku. I'm entitled to it. Hey, do you hear what I said? I didn't say freedom of speech. I said me, I'm bloku. I'm entitled to it. Why? Because I'm bloku. You don't like it? Do you? So let's all know, folks. Samson too. I'm gonna get this evening, folks. But anyhow, the next question that I have for this, the county tour. The president went to Lofa. He has a resounding welcome from the people of Lofa County. And the president made a remark. And that remark tonight is what I'm going to be dealing with. that they love him because he's popular. Yeah, Mr. President, you're popular. That your popularity we're going to be eating now, I'm going to deal with that. Samson told LeBron Public. But let's go on. So before, when the president doing his first county tour over there in the southeast, folks, this one now is where my area is. The president over there in the southeast, okay, and he decided to immerse himself into our tradition, the southeastern tradition. You know I'm from southeast? Where you think I come from? Where you think I come from? Yeah, where you think I come from? You think I come from Saloon? A big year. I'm from southeast. In fact, I am the original southeastern. Well, please, southeasterner, I am the original. Yeah, the other people say, well, what's it? No, I said me. Then he said, why? But anyway, let's get going. So when the president got to his hometown, this is what I like about this president from time to time. I don't agree with you on many things, but I really do like him as a human being, to be honest with you. Because it's many of the things that I like about this president. One, and above all, his level of discipline. I would watch that, and I watched that. I'm in the soccer world as well, so I watched that. And his level of discipline is, it's just difficult for me to compare that. The only few people that I know that I can compare his level of discipline, people like Mama Musa, who came here in the United States at the height of his soccer career. He was playing for a college, a university, and he losing the university while still playing football. He still used to come around us in Providence, Rhode Island, we play football. But when you go to school, he study and make the good grade. Deucing. That sounds into a long one. Just running around here with football business. He no school, nothing. He took his school fee money and ate it. That's discipline. People like Mama Musa there. That's the discipline. Because when we used to go to New York to go play, when we play in New York, you don't go drinking beer from the S bar. No, they put the Heineken, they put it in a tub, bathtub, and put ice in it. That's where you're gonna go and get your stuff. And after all of that, Mama Musa went home, he went make eggs. That, folks, is discipline. And I can only say that Dr. Weah also have that kinds of discipline to be able to come from where he came from, to go up in Europe, where the light shine all over you. Everything you want is there. Yo, nyamande. Ya is there. Yigi is there. And yet still this young man, for years and years, focus like laser. Focus on what he was there to do. That is discipline. And I admire him for that, to be honest with you. I truly admire him for that, because I believe that because of his discipline, he was so successful. The questions that I have from time to time, especially this late days, where is that discipline? Has the discipline escaped him? Or is it because the people that are around him will not allow him to exhibit such a character? Is that what's happening? I don't know. The best I can do is to speculate. Now let's go on. So when the president went to the Southeast quite recently, he decided to display to his people, this town he grew up in, to say, look, I'm still here. I don't go nowhere. And the president decided to go into that southeastern mode of uniting people. He told the sedition that were around him, yeah, I'm making it up. So what? Go sue me. He told the sedition that ran it. He said, you tell your president, say, you go back to Maria. That south in there, Battlecraft, CDC, Battlecraft. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to unite my people. And folks, the president decided to demonstrate what it means, the cry of uniting people, the cry of unity. And he truly went back into the culture. And those of us that grew up in the countryside, that used to play drum for the girls, then to dance at night. People can borrow you from one town to another. Of course, King Ju was there too. Who was stopping from King Ju? So what? But anyway, let's watch the president as he demonstrates the culture of the Southeastern unity cry, I call it. Samson told Liberal Public Radio. Let's watch this. Okay, so that was the president. That is the president, but he was in the southeastern Sino, I believe, or Sastan, one of those towns. But he decided to demonstrate his understanding of our culture, the discipline it requires, how to organize and unite people. That's why he just demonstrated, and I really appreciate it. Now, let me go into politics now. If you can't stand the heat, please just press speak, and you're gone. That's fine. I don't have to block you. Just say goodbye, Mr. To. I don't like what you're saying, and what you're saying, I don't believe in it, blah, 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 bloop. You're gone. Nobody forcing you. So anyhow, quite recently, there was a delegation that came from Liberia. Government officials came here in the United States, and we were all over here, when these people going to say something? They were quiet. I mean, absolutely silent from their end. Now, what we didn't know, that these people were digging on the ground, they were there meeting with American government officials. However, like my mom used to tell me when I used to play drum in Totown, Samson, she would say, whatever you do here when we go on the farm to go brush, and I start misbehaving, because I used to go sit, but I was so lazy, I go sit down in a tree and start singing my song, Ivorian song. My mom, can you brush it? Well, yeah, I brushed that. Well, yeah, they play this small place. And she would tell me, Samson, whatever you do in this little village, when you go out into the bigger village, the behavior you exhibit here will come out. It doesn't matter whether you cover it with fennel, the one that people can fennel, rice fennel. So it doesn't matter whether you put the fennel over it, it will still come out. You have to be true to yourself. And so that when you go out, your true character will always shine. Will always shine. And this is where these people found themselves. So when they were here, when they were back in Liberia, people like Samuel Twe started misbehaving badly, making some reckless statement. And I used to say this, I still say it. The international community are not going to be the one to choose who your finance minister will be. It is you and your government. Whether your finance minister is inept or not, they have no business. The only thing they have control over is how much they give you as a country. In this case of Liberia, I believe they will only give us the minimum. They're not going to give you maximum. And there are other people that can compare those things. Liberia and Sierra Leone will go places and try to ask for money. Sierra Leone will get more. And I'm not making it up. Okay? You can speculate. That's up to you. So when they came here to the United States to meet with the U.S. government official, Congress, and all that kind of stuff, well, they have here in the United States, the State Department, every year they come up with a report, human rights report on the different countries. And Liberia didn't fare well at all in their report. And here's the thing that I used to say. These reports are what investors, especially investors from the United States, which is supposed to be our bread and butter. Because I would say a 60-70% of your citizenry that wants to go abroad to study will come to the United States to study. So you should be able to have a reservoir of like American trained Liberians. That if you behave well and these people come in, you see, this is what we're missing in our country. The Americans themselves, they're quite aware the population of Liberians here in the United States. So if they were to take investment to Liberia and employ Liberians here in the United States, come and go in Liberia and then work, that would have been much, much more easy for them. Because they don't have to train much. They already have a reservoir pool of workers who understand the system, who behave in protecting their work by going to work on time, by staying away from people money, all of the criteria that are required for you to work here in the United States. They are already ingrained in these young Liberians, and the American investor, they know that. They know that. But our brothers and sisters back home, they're not on board. They are not on board. And because of the reckless statement people like Samuel Tuah continue to make, people, look at it this way, folks. Let's be serious for a minute. Investment, not grant, investment. There are people money you take to go invest. The people, they have something called the return, dividend, handsome dividend. And these people in the money business, you don't play with. So when State Department come and make these kinds of reports, and they're saying to themselves, going to Ivory Coast, we have a language barrier. Many of these people don't speak French. Going to Guinea, same thing. So what other place they have to go? Sierra Leone and Ghana in West Africa. But their connection, their relationship to these two countries is not as, historically, it's not as strong as Liberia supposed to be. And you would think that these people would tap into that. They would tap into that with their historical understanding of the relationship that we have with that of the United States. You would think these brothers and sisters would tap in, because many of these brothers and sisters that are in position of decision-making process or decision-making people, many of them were trained here in the United States. But for some reason, when they leave from here and go to Liberia, there is disconnect. I'm not too sure why. I'm not too sure why. And I'm not going to sit here and say, if I were there, maybe. No, there's no maybe. Whatever, because these brothers and sisters, they are brilliant, educated, highly educated, smart, very, very smart, intelligent. What happened when they leave from here and go back home? Everything just fall apart in their hand. In their hands. I mean, this is not something that happened just to one administration. Ellington, we got Judy Moore here running around here now with CNN on CNN and stuff that they're talking, treating his ability to lead. When he was running public, where he couldn't even kill the fly, let alone pull a road down. This is a scene Judy Moore that stood in public and said, "Concrete love water." And on his watch, we have East International building Broad Street, and people who are not engineers in Bond County drove in East International out. And Judy Moore is out here now as we speak. Go and do his research. You will find some of his speaking engagement. The young man is very brilliant. There's no question asked. But why was he not able to do the same thing in Liberia, what he's doing now? Why was he not able to move that country based on just his experience as he exhibit these experience and brilliances all over the world now? What is it in Liberia that continue to do this to our young people? I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and say, well, I know if it's me, I'm not gonna do that. But let's go further than that. So Samuel Tuah and his folks, when they came to power, they decided, we got it. The first statement was from the VP, it's our time. That didn't go well. The second thing, Samuel Tuah and Eugene Nagbe, they on record telling people to shut up, putting their fingers to their mouth. There are pictures to show that. And then I started wondering to myself, we're not going anywhere. Because I was there during the inaugural program. I was at the stadium when I heard the president spoke that afternoon. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant words that came from the president. And I'm thinking to myself, this is the Liberia that Madam Salih was supposed to build. Doctor, we are going to build it. I truly believe that. And then when it went one morning, when I came back, one morning I woke up, I saw on Facebook they were playing football in blue jersey and started singing CDC battle cry. You don't like it, you will like it, you will like us. If you don't want us, you will. I'm not thinking to myself, wait a minute. Is this not the same president who told us that this, under his administration, we're all in a boat together? He's telling the Liberian, you don't like it, you will like it. Is this what's happening? And I couldn't believe that. After that, things started going downhill from there. Things started going downhill from there. So let's push forward. The delegation from Liberia, highly brilliant young men and women, they came here to express themselves freely, and they were given the opportunity. But what they didn't realize, as my mom used to say, the behavior you exhibit then will follow you. You can't just cut it off. You can't divorce your character. It is not. It's part. You can do that, but it takes time because that means you're gonna have to retrain yourself. And I'm not too sure if these brothers and sisters are willing to retrain themselves. I'm not too sure about that. I'm not too sure about that. But this is what we have. So then when they came here, they started meeting with people. And many of the statements, according to the information we got at the time, was that they were impressed. They were impressed with the level of education among these young people. They were impressed. They were impressed with the kinds of politeness these young people were showing. But what they couldn't understand, the American government officials that were meeting with them, according to the story, what was missing was their behavior in Liberia, and that is that of the behavior that is being exhibited right now. And the people are smart. People said these children are playing games; they're not serious. So they decided to give them an instruction. And now you heard Chief Allen the other day. People were crying and can't tell. Look at America. They order violating people's right every day and night. That here they kind of come there and they say they want us to respect people's right. Yeah? Let's take it easy, brother. They're coming. So they give the instruction. And the instruction was they're going to have to modify their behavior. The instruction was this government, in order to get on the good side of Uncle Sam, they're not telling you to reshuffle, but you're going to have to drastically alter the way you behave and the way you govern in that country. So, our brothers and sisters went back home. Apparently, the message was delivered now. One of the interesting things, folks, and this is what I do, I pay attention to these kinds of stuff. I pay attention to them. And then I come out and analyze. Then when I do that, I feel good for myself. I'm not saying when I'm analyzing that you should believe me. No, I'm just saying I analyze to the best of my ability. Now, let's go a little bit inside. You see what I'm talking about. A few months ago, on my show here, I used to come out here and started wasting it. The relationship between the vice president and the president is not conducive for the country. We can't live like that. She's the vice president. We cannot have people to disrespect her and still be able to associate themselves with the president. That is uncalled for. That is unacceptable. Oh, I was here the whole time. The vice president must be respected. She's the mother. She's our sister. We can't do this. Even though I don't agree with many of the things she said. In fact, in her political career, I don't agree with many things she has done in the past. I don't agree with it. But that doesn't mean, because I don't agree with her, that she should be disrespected. I have mother at one time. My mom passed now. But I have sisters. I have daughters. Why would anybody want to disrespect my sister, my daughter, my mom? You do that, and all I can say to you is between you and your God. Because these are the people that are considered the backbone of a community, whether poor or rich. Here in the United States, rich nation, you remove the support of the women if they got nothing. You think I'm lying? Who brought Joe Biden to power? The women, the suburban women, the women in the suburb, they were voting. Oh, they're the one voting in large number to bring the president in. Women have always been the backbone of any community. Think about it. Those of us that are from the countryside, think about it. And then you're going to stand there and open your mouth to insult a woman? You want to insult a woman? You're not serious? When we were we and you were we and we were we up in the countryside, when a man coming from the farm, the young one on her back, the second young is on the side, the older one she holding the hand, the wood that she's carrying to make fire and cook for you that evening is on her head. She comes home, dump everything, put the kids down. What a pa? He outside there in the son playing Ludo. That the father playing Ludo. Allah? So the woman put everything down. She go back to the water side and bring water. Guess what? Making water for the man who playing Ludo. You can't, these people cannot live in America. In America? You tell your wife, say, fetch me water. Beg you, they will tell you, say, you know where I come from? You better go fetch me water. I love it. But anyhow, let's get back and be serious. So the women not only were taking care of the kids, but they were also the backbone of the community. The backbone of the community. So once we get to be little civilized or something, we have to double our effort to respect our sisters, our mothers, our wives, our daughters. You can't disrespect her. So, I was here on my show, and I pointed out to them before they even started, but they were not listening. I said the situation between the vice president and the president, you will fix it. You ain't fix it, you're not going nowhere. They didn't believe it. Look at it. Lena Greenfield, former ambassador to the Republic of Liberia from the United States. Where is she now? U.S. ambassador to the UN. Those of you that are here in the United States, the Me Too movement. How many of them in Joe Biden organization? Joe Biden governor? Joe Biden government? You think these people will let you push a sister around and they say, yes, we'll come, we'll do business with you? You'll sit down there. So I was telling them, you can't do this. They have one young man who's just as old to be the son of the vice president. In fact, old to be my son, Sekou. We had a video here. He was on air insulting the vice president. The vice president. On air. On air. He's still operating. So when these people came here, who knows? Speculation at this point. You want our help? We don't mind helping you. We've been helping you from 1822. We don't mind helping. But you're going to have to change your tactic. You'll go tell your president. They got back there. Samson told. I begin you can watch on you. They got back almost 2 weeks ago. The president said, I'm going to Lofa. Guess what? The next thing, the president and the vice president who they wanted her to go to meeting 1 o'clock a.m. They have her, the president, hand to hand. Allah, they're on board now. The vice president, according to the president, he's always been willing to work with her. She's the person that brought integrity. In fact, people say that she was educated. Then he said, well, if the people say she educated than me and I have to pick her, then I'm smart because I pick a smart woman to work with me. Yeah? Now, the VP and Dr. Weah, they're together. No changing now. Where that come from? You think it came from Liberia overnight? No. Another thing you should watch for. Watch and see if Samuel Tuah will come and make the reckless statement again. One of them, let me play one of them for you. He would be, I bet you, Samuel Tuah will not do that again. He would not come in public and make the kinds of reckless statements that are so bad. The international community, the prophet warning, he will not do it again. Let me play this for you. Let me play this for you. Benevolent dictator. Watch this.
Look, a benevolent dictator, meaning somebody like Paul Kagame, who alone has sat in the room and make a decision can change the country faster. This is what's happening in a lot of the Asian dictatorships where the benevolent dictator just say, okay, you know what, I don't hear what the other people say in a view. I won't build that road and I'll put the money there. Because so now you see one build the road, people go do the land, everybody start democratizing the decision, then you smoke. But we need tough decisions. So let's reorient this whole government. The president will now have that resounding mandate for people to be afraid of him. So this is the mandate that you want to give him this December 8th. Look, a benevolent dictator, meaning somebody like Paul Kagame, who alone has sat in the room and make a decision can change the country faster. This is what's happening in a lot of the Asian dictatorships where the benevolent dictator just say, okay, you know what, I don't hear what the other people say in a view. I won't build that road and I'll put the money there. Because so now you see one build the road.
Samuel Tuah, that particular statement, folks, Samuel Tuah should be ashamed of himself. Because this is not how people were expecting these young people like Samuel Tuah to behave like that. You would think with Samuel Tuah smart, you would think because of his ability to understand history, you would think he would be at the forefront of truly advising the president how to handle Liberia. But instead he decided to do this. But what he didn't recognize, sometimes when people write, when you read their writing, pay attention to them sometimes. Back in 2005, Dr. Formula wrote about Samuel Tuah, and the writing was not nice of him at all. They didn't portray Samuel Tuah in a good light at all. That Samuel Tuah was somebody who would just hold the football boot, a soccer player, from one place to another without promoting any kinds of domestic agenda ideas that the president can live on. And for him to come and make these kinds of statements, they're very sad. But anyhow, you will not hear Samuel Tuah. Take it from me. You will not see Samuel Tuah come out and make these kinds of reckless statements. In fact, one of the things that I'm predicting also, and I could be wrong in all of these predictions. I could be wrong. I'm not God. But one of the things, if Dr. Weah wants to win, truly want to win second term, he's going to have to make sure these people understand the game Washington is getting ready to play with them. Chinese cannot help you at this stage. Where one China policy that the Senate did, that thing are just bluffing thing. Chinese better not count on it. Okay? How are you going to have China ahead of the place where majority of your citizenry are living and where most of your support, domestic support in terms of remittance coming from? And you want to say China and one policy and United States, please, that one, I'm not even going to touch it. But anyway, so I'm saying to you here this evening, Samuel Tua, I don't think Samuel Tua are going to go around make these kinds of ridiculous statements anymore. Samuel Tua is very intelligent, very smart, very smart. But I believe Samuel Tua's problem is that he's very condescending, number one. And the fact that he feels with himself that he knows more than any other person in the room. So that kinds of mindset does not give room for any kinds of respect to the colleagues, give no room for any kinds of conversation and clear understanding of these people coming on the table with their own ideas and what have you. And so because of that, Samuel Tua will make these kinds of error I've considered unforced error. Samuel Tua was a captain of the map-up exercise. But when things started going bad, he said, I don't know anyway. I was just a captain. How you be captain of the football team, then you get flogged, then you say you don't know what happened. Is that what you want to tell me, Dr. We can't see it? Yes. But it's taking the Washington to point these things out to these people. So let's go back a little bit more. So quite recently, Dr. Weah and his people went to Lofa County, Samson told Ladron Public Radio. Folks, we're having a conversation this afternoon. And so let me put this out. So when he got to Lofa, you know, sometimes I can be wondering as to whether, because I saw the tape today, a tape that I saw today. I didn't want to play it, and I'm not going to play it. I want people to look it up. It's about Dole community, where Mabutu, minister, from the late minister Mabutu, praised Dr. We are so bad that I was wondering as to whether Mabutu was serious. As to whether Mabutu was serious when he made those kinds of praises, when those statements. Someone who was as educated as he was, to come out to praise the president in such a manner. Then I thought to myself, I was thinking to myself, we have nothing. But anyhow, so I still believe that kinds of thing is still there. And I think, to be honest with you, I think this is where Dr. Weah is truly missing Muna Peno, that young girl. She praises him in public. But I truly believe that when they're together, one-on-one, she's very truthful with them. Because I don't think she was somebody who would just sit down and say, okay, yeah, whatever you want to do, let's do it. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And those are the kinds of people that are not around him at this moment. And it's very difficult. It's very difficult. So quite recently, Dr. Weah and his people went to Lofa County. And when they got to Lofa County, Dr. Weah received a resounding welcome from the folks of Lofa County. First, Dr. Baka said, oh, if the president come there, the sedition were all over. That who are you? That who are you to say who visit where and where are you? Who are you? All kinds of woo. All the former vice president was saying is that whoever comes in that county, as long as our leader, we expect your children, the citizens of Lofa County that are living here in Monrovia, we expect that our county will welcome the leadership. If he says that, is that a bad thing for people to turn on him? And when I started reading some of the comments, I just felt with him. I said, many of those comments, many of those people, they're just limited, very limited. They have nothing. They have nothing. They cannot. And these are people tomorrow, when Henry Costa ready to eat their lunch again, they will start crying. Because if a vice president will come and make a statement like that, and then you're going to try to chew him out because he make a statement, and you're very limited. I say so. But anyway, So they went to Lofa County. And the president made a statement that I'm one of you. I'm your son as well. I will do something for you that when you see it, you will know that I'm part of you. Of course, Dr. Weir. Look at his circle. Look at Dr. Weir's inner circle. How many of those young people from Lofa County? So of course he's part of them. He's part of them because they are Liberians. But this is what he stated, and I'm paraphrasing him because I can't quote him correctly. He said that people love him because of his popularity. And I've always, from day one on my show, I've always stated this. The only person that will come close to Dr. Weir's popularity, Costa, Henry Costa, nobody else. No one else. Now, the only time you will find somebody close to that would be when you go back into the 70s, during the real football season, during the real football time. The people of Santa Maria, Mama Musa, Abana, Agre, those are the kinds of people you will start finding popularity like that among the young people. Okay? But this day, because of these people no longer on the stage, you're not going to be able to find that. Only Dr. Weir and Henry Costa, you can find that kinds of popularity. However, Dr. Weir's popularity alone were not taking over the cross line. I could be wrong. But here's the issue. A few months back, I was on here. I don't mind eating crow. Here on my show. Oh my goodness, when I first saw the opening of CDC at the stadium. Oh, Darius Dillon is done, my people. I even went on Alfonso Soul show and said, nobody, if I were the president and CDC, I would not even challenge Darius Dillon because he's doing good. That's how petrified I was. I was so scared because I supported a Liberty Party and also supported Darius Dillon. I was petrified. I was so sure that we were done because when Thomas Fowler then started going around doling out money publicly, this is not something in secret. I said publicly, we were done. I said. Then they had that gathering at the SKD. Oh my God, the amount of people that show up. I said we are done here in Montserrat County. And Dr. Weir decided to go further than that. Feeling so confident of Montserrat County going back in their backyard, they call it. He decided to go outside of Montserrat County and start campaigning for other candidates in other counties. All along, Darius Dillon keeps saying, this is mine. I will win this. But when he makes those kind of, then every time I would say, yeah, of course he's a politician. You expect him to say, no, I'm not going to win. And then the result came in. Not only did they get flogged, but CDC got flogged massively in Montserrat County. Despite all of the money they poured in there, they got flogged. Despite the fact that Dr. Weir is so popular in the country, nobody except Henry Costa has stated. But yet still, Darius Dillon won. So when he went to Lofa County and he made that statement, that people love me because I'm popular. And then I felt within myself, oh wow, that's a good statement. Another unforced error. 2023 is not going to be about popularity context. The popularity context, nobody will, if that's the case, we don't even see the opposition. I will advise the opposition. Of course, they're not going to listen to me, but I will advise them, don't even throw any candidate in there. If the popularity context, forget it. Unless Henry Costa want to step in. If Henry Costa not stepping in, you're letting him win. Because we can't have anything based on popularity context. But it's not going to be about popularity contest. It's going to be policy. What kinds of policy that you and your people have established over the years that are beneficial to the Liberian people? And I will show some of them here again tonight. I will show some of them here again tonight. They call him bad road medicine. I will show some of them here again tonight. These are things that people who are supposed to be the one to carry out the policy of this president continue to fail and fail miserably. Besides that, let's put it aside for a minute. Lofa County, if they have their son as a candidate, they will give their vote to Dr. Weah. Do we believe that? Number one, Lofa County is having serious issue right now with Samukai. Only a few of the sedition will say, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. No. Inside Lofa County, when I say in the belly of Lofa County, they are not happy with the Samukai situation. They are not happy. They are not happy with the former president. They are not happy with the current president either. They knew very well, and the entire world knows very well, Samukai, why the money must have been misplaced. He didn't eat people money. We all know that. But the whole Lofa County hostage at this point, it is sad and it's ridiculous. And CDC will be punished. And believe me, CDC will be punished in Lofa County. They're not going to give their voters to CDC. It's not happening. I don't see it. Unless, like I said, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Well, that's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. I could be wrong. Okay? But what it did, and then you say, okay, then maybe let's go, let me take the travel line a little bit here. And I'm not trying to be divisive, far from it. I'm just pointing out something here. So they went after Justice Jana, and they removed him. What I believe was illegal anyhow. But when they did that, they brought in another tribal person from his group, hoping that would appease them. No. You think people are stupid? This is the position that they enjoy in their community. So you take it away and you bring in somebody from a community, they say, no, don't go there because of it. No. They say, go. Our people, Mama, and we say, something to. I say, yeah. She said, let me see your hand. I show my hand. She said, oh, yeah, my hand too. But you know what in my heart? You know what in my stomach? No. So there's a saying, let's see your hand. You can't see my heart. So apparently, of course, they're going to say, go take the job. They took it from one house of the community in that community and put it and bring somebody. Of course, they're going to say, yes, don't let it go. We don't want it empty. Go. But CDC will be punished. These are very serious stuff. So lastly, before I go on to what I know best, because I don't know much about politics, so what I do know best. So, what's CDC recalls right now? So circle the worker now. And what the vice president? Oh yeah, oh! They just found each other again lately because of the statement from Washington. And Washington is watching. Washington is watching. So the vice president and the president seem to be, in public, on good foot. And I hope so. Because she's our sister. I don't agree with many of the things that she has involved herself in, but she's still a sister. She cannot be disrespected. I don't care what she did. If she have done anything to violate the rule of the Republic of Liberia, there must be a proper channel to challenge that. You cannot insult her, let alone a vice president of the Republic of Liberia. So now the president is telling the Liberian people and the entire world that she will be someone she will carry the next time. He will carry her as a running mate, pretty much. I mean, the kinds of statement, the kind of praises she showered the lady, you would think they never have issue. So I hope that stays. But it doesn't matter whether she and the vice president are good friend or not. CDC, capu, finito. Folks, let me go now to another topic. That's the topic of the first one. Let me go to the second one, folks. The second topic here this afternoon, folks, is a very sad one. It's a very sad one. It's a very, very sad one. So about 3 years ago, Dr. Weah and his people decided to help the Dole community with a road project. And that came about, there was before that, a few months before that or so, there was a heavy flood in the Dole community. And from the air, it looked like the entire community was inundated with water. They were underwater. Nothing, they were moving. And apparently the president be who, my God. I wish I've had some sort of a contact with the president long before and be close to him like other people are. The president will win 12 years. 12 years. If I were close, the president will win election over and over. Liberian people will say, you don't change the constitution, we want him back again. Because to be honest with you, the president is always thinking about other people. It is, I truly believe, I mean, don't get me wrong, he has some bad behavior in him that I've noticed over the years. He doesn't forgive. He's very vindictive. And those are things that used to come from the soccer world. That when you do anything to him on the football field, he will pay back. So I know all of these things, but that's not the point. The point is, if he sees people in distress, if he sees people in need, he will come. This is the same man, or young man at the time, when Liberians were destroying the country, destroying each other's lives. He used to take time off and come into Monrovia to play football just to save a few lives. And when he leaves, he doesn't just go to Europe to go play. He go to most of the refugee camps to put a smile on people's faces. Those who are so distressed at the fact that they're not even home. And when they hear Opon coming, everybody happy. And that's who he is. That's all he is. But now to be the president of the country and not able to carry on that same mentality, I don't know what happened. I really don't know. But anyway, so let me just show you something here very quickly. This is a video of Dole community underwater. It's a very short video. Look at this. This was Dole community underwater, folks. Dole community underwater, folks. Before the road business started. People were not able to move. They were not going anywhere. And when that came to focus with Dr. Weah, he thought, well, I can help. I can help. So apparently he must have had conversation with those who were supposed to implement that process. I'm sure he didn't just get up and go announce. There must have been discussion in the cabinet meeting. And the president must have put that out front among the cabinet ministers to say, this is where I want resource to be diverted or resource to go towards this project. And I would also suggest that majority of the cabinet ministers must have agreed. So then the question is who's going to implement? Of course, it's going to be Public Works. So Public Works then took on the issue of trying to implement the president policy of road connecting Claratown with Dole community. I don't know. I've been doing research all day. I don't know how much it costs. I can't tell you. I sit down and say, oh yeah, I know. I don't know. Because I've been reading, I've been hearing the video. I never heard anybody saying the dollar amount. So I don't know. Okay? But I can show you. What is it? 2.7 kilometer. It's not a long stretch. But let's keep in mind, and let me play that video again. Let's keep in mind what this community that if you're going to put this, what is the major issue in our community? Water. 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 So when it rains, the community members are going nowhere because all the roads are flooded. So keep that in mind as we go through this process. So the president then decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead after their cabinet meeting where the decision was made to have this process, okay? And so when they decided they're going to carry on this particular process, the president and his people, give me a minute, folks. Okay. The president and his people decided they're going to go ahead and carry on this entire, what you want to call, okay? I'm trying to fix something here while I'm still talking at the same time. Okay, I want you to see it clearly what it is. Okay, all right. So I'm going to play you the video now, which was the initial. I have to cut off some stuff because it was not necessary. And this particular one is, if you go and find and read the caption here, you can go and research it, and this is where you will see, you will hear the late Mobutu praising the president, and I thought that was over the top. But anyway, let's listen to the entire thing as the president comes out and make the remark that I will give you road. The road will be paved in 3 months. In 3 months, road. 2.7 kilometer of road in 3.2. I mean, in 3 months. What are some of the things? This is sad. This is sad. But let's listen, then I'll come back.
You see, we are here. It's not the break ground. If we're here the break ground, we'll have one shovel and ministers. You can see we have our bulldozer. My men are ready to start the work, and I can guarantee you in 3 months. I know you are promised 12 years, but I say in 3 months, this road will be paved. We will pave the road, and I'm asking him to connect the road to Claratown where I'm from.
Okay, so that was the president, and the president. I haven't had this conversation with the people to say now that he's going to do the role in 3 months. So now the president, having asked the people to do the work, those who were responsible to do the work. It's very sad. It's very sad, folks. I mean, to be honest with you, it's very sad because I've been doing this kinds of work for a very long time, to be honest with you. I've been doing this kind of work for a very long time. And in my job as an engineer, okay, you don't just get up and say I want roll and put the roll in there. There are criterias involved. Now, I'm not saying that the president make the pronouncement that he want a roll in there. But it should be the duties of those who are charged to implement that to ask few questions of their own. For example, what is the purpose of this role? What was the need with respect to this role in the community? What is the connection? You can't find that in any of their publications. And many of the things that's happening in Liberia, by the way, since I'm on the road business, I spoke with the public works minister almost a week ago tomorrow, and I'm supposed to be calling her back tomorrow, and hopefully they will give me somebody to talk to be on my show here, I hope, because I'm going to be doing the Rawalpindi Highway, and that's another doozy, okay? But the reason I'm doing this is not to say these people are inept. Far from it. Far from it. If any inept situations, it will be on people like me. I say I know all of these things. Why am I here? Why am I not back going to help? Fair question. My answer to that is, as an engineer, I'm not going to go and beg people for job. And I don't want job. I'm not going to beg people because I want to help them. If you need my help, you ask, I will give it free. I've done so. There's a job that they're going to send me some pictures here and some video of that project. I'd stay here in Sacramento and design a roll, Sophie ice cream roll, right there by Wesley Hospital, Catholic Hospital, I believe. I designed it here, from here. And my design is quite different than any of the design that come from Nigeria or Ghana. I know so because I've seen their work. My design, if they follow the design the way I have it, it'll be easier to build and economical. Not only did I design it, I gave them the estimate of all of the material that's supposed to be used. I told them how much material is going to be needed because I did all the calculation. So I'm not here to beg people to say, please do. No. I'm not going to do that. You need help, you ask me, I will do it freely. Because what difference would it make? If you pay me from Liberia, if I stay, I'm still going to get paid. If I go to Liberia, I'm still going to get paid from my work. Why do I need to say pay me to do what? I want to help. But I'm not going to beg anybody. I'm not going to run behind anybody. So I'm doing this not because I want a job. Far from it. But I'm pointing these things out because over and over and over they continue to make these simple mistakes. And this is why I'm going to show you some of this ridiculous stuff with Doe community. And if you see Rawalpindi Highway that is being built now, you will put your hand over your head and you cry if you love Liberia. It's sad. And these people are engineers, smart, qualified. So don't think that I'm doing, let me one job. No, far from it. I'm ready to leave here. I can't leave my 7-year-old and 12-year-old. Okay, we're going small. He's still here. Sooner or later, you'll be 18. And then we can sing this song. But anyway, let's get back to it. So I'll show you the issue here with Doe community being inundated with water. I mean, underwater completely. So if you're going to do a road, the first thing, you have to identify the purpose. What is this road for? Is this just to connect Cloudtown? Okay, that's fine. If we're connecting Cloudtown, what are some of the things that we need to watch out for as a designer, as an engineer? What are some of the problems? Because obviously, in order for you to get a road over there, the performance of whatever that is in there is inadequate. It's not enough. So you want to increase the performance of the facility that is there. So if you're going to increase the performance of the facility that is there, you have to identify certain things. Because if you identify these things and able to resolve the geometric involved, to resolve these issues, first thing you're going to do is you're saving money because you have already identified them, and you eliminate the costed process. One. Second thing, you now have the purpose of this project. What is the need? Then you identify the need of this project. Then you go through to eliminate what are some of the alternatives that might not work. They might look good on the paper, but they're going to be expensive. Do we have that kinds of money? What is the funding source? Those things must be asked. If you don't ask these things, if you don't investigate, you're going to end up what we have now, the Dole community. So the Dole community, they started building it when it was raining. I have my show here. You can't do that, I said. I was on the show. You can't build anything when it's raining. You can build when it's raining, but you have to be very careful where you're building, especially when it can be raw. So they decided to put concrete and even asphalt during rainy season. When you guys saw that, many of you saw that. But let's look at the result. Okay, I've already shown you. All right, I've already shown you the. Okay, let's look at Dole community as it is now. The guy will ride his bike, but look at the road. I have a dry. The guy did a video during the dry day, no rain, and you can see. And then when it was raining, I asked him to go back out and do the video for me when it was raining. And he's my son. He said, fine. Complain, but he's my son. So he went and sent me the video. This is sad. So what we have done, in a sense, is that we have those community members. They're stuck in our community with what we give them. Unless you're going to come back up and destroy that road and try to rebuild it. The pavement itself, it seemed to be holding. And I'll be honest with you. The pavement itself, the asphalt, seemed to be holding. So basically what I'm saying is that they must have a good base. Because what I was expecting was that by now you will have potholes showing. Potholes are not showing. And I must admit. But what is happening is the drainage system on that road doesn't exist. And that's what the problem is going to be eventually. Let me show you first. Samson told LeBron Pablo. This is Dole community as it is now. Okay, let's watch. No sound. The guy is on his bike, and he was taking pictures. Okay, just keep your eyes on. Don't look too much with the camera because he's riding the bike and the camera on there. But just look around. Look at the community itself. Beautiful, beautiful road though. I mean, I showed you earlier what the road looked like. So I give it to Dr. Weir to even have it far-sighted, to be far-sighted to do this here. The community itself. Look at the road. Look how far that lady is sitting deep in the gutter over there. So that means the road is elevated, which of course that's okay. That's okay if you're going to elevate the road. That's a drainage, that's a cover right there. But you will find out that none of these drainage systems they have, they don't go even to that cover. Just look. Okay? Now, the community themselves, they're also going to have to be called into order. okay, to say what's going on. Why is it that we're going to have a community like that? Look at the drainage system. Look at the sidewalk, broken sidewalk over there. But that's fine. I will show you more. I'll show you more. Okay? This is Doe community. The sidewalk you see over there. Okay, right there, that dirt, they're trying to make a driveway so people can go on the other end. Right there again, the other side, they try to make a driveway. Those are things that should have been provided by the engineers if they had design. But these people don't even do design. I don't even think that you have Doe community design papers. No, I don't think so. Okay? So here's the police station in Doe community. Okay? So here is that stuff. Okay, that's another, you see that other dirt area there, they're trying to make a driveway so people can drive over those. Here's another one. This is the only one they have concrete. Look at the other one over there, it's already busted up. Okay? So these are things that they were not paying attention. I used to point them out. Okay? Okay? So we're looking back now. Look at it. Okay? All right? Okay. So that's I took the sound up. Okay, that's enough. Okay, let's go past this car a little bit. There's another interesting let's just go ahead and finish the entire row. Let's just go ahead and finish the entire row. Because this is look at that lady just dumped the water over there. Okay? The lady just dumped the water in the gutter. Okay? So let's go back again. Let's go back again as I stated before. When you're asked by the president, I know that 3 months is not enough time, but you have to be honest with the president. You will explain to the president the procedures involved in getting the role. And let the president have the clear understanding. The president will say, no, I don't care what you do, just build it. Then it's not on you anymore. You have a choice at that point to say, no, I'm not going to give these people the kinds of role you want, Mr. President. I think I will just go ahead and take a leave or sit back. The president will say, you fire and you leave. And let the people do whatever they have to do. Okay, now let's watch another video. This is another interesting video. Doe community still. What I want you to, it's a bunch of drainage. They call it, they consider those a drainage. What it did was, they put a street down, right? So the sidewalk, they have 6-inch opening of the sidewalk so the water can go in there. Now you saw those buildings, the road is elevated, it's higher than many of the community. So if you have a dish, if you have a drainage taking water from the street, where is it going? You just put, and you'll see that. I'll show you. They just go and leave it right there. So that means once it's out of their street, they don't care. That's none of their problem. Who would do that? What construction company would do that? People who have no interest in Liberia except to make money. People who are not Liberians except to make money and take the money out of Liberia. Because what will you care? It's not your country. What will you care? You just build it. And I will show you now. Look at the quality of the work they did. Terrible. The quality of work, terrible. Forget about all of the design criteria and things. Those are all through the window anyway. But look at the quality of work. Terrible. People live in that community. The president of the Republic of Liberia came to that community and said, I will give you this. But before I show this one here, let me show you something. I forgot about that one. Let me just show you something. The president of the Republic of Liberia, during the dedication process, when he was dedicating this role, he made a profound statement. Because why? The president at one time used to be part of them. The president knows exactly how we all behave. Listen to this. Listen to this, and as I play the video, you will see. But listen to this.
I just want you to make sure that you take care of this road and you keep it clean. Yesterday, I was here. Yesterday, I drove here. I saw most of you people, nobody knew I was in the car. The place was closed and they want to break it, so I passed around. But what I saw yesterday, it should not be happening here. You see, when someone says development, that means you are developing change. From having developed to develop. So what happened yesterday, the garages, car parking, and no access to road here, you need to encourage the people to not park in the middle of the road. I was there yesterday. I watched the game that was playing yesterday. I was here. If you noted, there was one lesson, one black car was on the road yesterday. I was in that car. So you see, I was here, I was in Lokita, I was around. And all of y'all are using bike to survive. I beg y'all, what I noted yesterday, you should not be doing it. Because we'll ask the police, the safety people to make sure that they summon you. What I saw yesterday, motor weapon all over the place, they cannot be in line if they are survivor. If the world gave you what you want in life, make sure you do it well. Yesterday, I had to stop a motorbike right there. They have 4 kids for 1-year-old babies. And the guy in the middle, I had to stop the bike. Put the children down on that. You see, so sometimes I said, yesterday, I was not happy yesterday when I came on the community road. Because the park on the taking on the road, people doing garages, and what is wrong. We did not build a road for garage. We build a road so the children are going to go to school, so your time will go free. So, if we come back here, the police will be there, anyone. Because of development of brainwash prosperity. Anybody back here, the police will charge you with pay. So you know that that's what we're doing.
With that conversation, brothers and sisters, that was the kind of conversation you would expect. You know, this is very sad. I just got off of a major project. And for months, I wasn't able to do LPR for a while. Why I know my work and I'm good at it, but I was not in control. The community, they were in control. They told us the tree we're going to cut down, how to cut the tree down, where to cut the tree, and what will happen to the remaining of the tree. They told us that a snake in that area, by the time this job is done, those snakes better be there. Snake. They told us that a muscle bear, the one we call Case Me Back Home, must not be disturbed. They must continue to sleep. They told us, environmental, they told us, when you're building the bridge, all that your boom, 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 boom you'll be doing, you better make sure you have a fish passage so the fish can go through, because they don't want the fish to be disturbed, their mind to be crazy. And we have to listen to it. Over $1 million, over $100 million project. Over $100 million project. One time I made a joke. I don't case me then bike home, they will be good with my palm butter in the year. Say what? So I said, what those things you put in the pot? It was not funny to them at all. But here we are. Here we are. We don't even care about the environment. We don't care for the people, let alone the environment. You would think the statement the president just made, that's the kinds of statement that should have been made long ago. I keep saying this, even in your own house, the slipper you wear, if you don't value it, You'll be dashing it everywhere. You don't care because you don't value it. So when your children see that slipper is not being valued, they too, they just put it on, throw it anywhere. But if you care for something, you will take care of it. It's just human nature. There's nothing sophisticated about that. So the community, having had that flood situation, they were truly, truly in need of this road. There's no question asked. But you make these people to understand that they are just part of the entire community in Liberia. That this particular funding could have gone anywhere else. Could have gone to West Point, could have gone to Cloudtown, but the president decided they want to use it here. So let's get some commitment from you as an end user that this road, we're not going to have X, Y, and Z. Those things the president enumerated here. That we're not going to have those things. They didn't do that. The road was done. And then that's when the president tried. You think if you're careful, by that time the road was done, if you don't like it, what are you going to do? Take the road out? So they agree with you. And look at what I'm getting ready to show you here. This is so ridiculous, what I'm going to be showing you now. Watch the way the people treated this road. 3 years old. 3 years in this country. By this time, the stripe should still be shining. No stripe anymore. Even where the president was, where those stripes, you see that no more stripes. Because why? The stripe they had on there were not even genuine anyway. What do we have to do to get our country to where it's supposed to be? We're definitely not going back to civil war. So that means some of us, we're just destined to talk. That's it. Then when you go have election, they want a cup of rice. They want a cup of rice. They don't care about your ideas. They want you to give them back a rice. So because of back of rice, you have the kinds of situation. And without decent road, these people that live in our community, when it rains, they're still suffering the same way. Yeah, they have road now. But do you expect them that when it rains for them to put their mattresses and bed and thing on the street? No. So they have road to go to school. It's dry. But the water that comes from that pavement is going into their yard because there was no proper planning. Let me show you. Samson told Liberian Public Radio. Let's watch this one. This is sad.
Some of the areas were hold up. Some of the areas were hold up.
Just so many of them. There were so many. I didn't want to show the entire stuff because I thought there are many Liberians that truly care for their country. And there are some that watch these kinds of videos and they're disheartening. It causes them pain. So I'm not going to come out here and show everything the way they are. So let me just show you some other stuff that these people did that was not decent at all. Okay. Now watch now how these people that build the road, watch how they decided to do the wow. A community that the president gave them road because they were flooded. And you don't care to take water from the street and try to channel that water to go into some of these ditches that will take the water back to the Edo River. Nothing. Nothing. And that community is higher than the Do River. Because if not, it won't be the community. It only become flooded when the rain and the water level, the Do River water level go up. Then of course they come to the marshland. Let's watch this.
What is actually happening to this road?
Get up.
This road is so
So just watch that while I try to bring the other stuff. Now the video that I'm going to be showing you guys now. Now this time it's raining, and you will truly see what I've been saying over and over.
What is actually happening to this road? This road is so
This is just sad. Okay, look at a ditch. This is supposed to be a ditch. How are you going to expect me to say where's this water going? Let's look at this ditch. Where's this water going? As they come out of the street, watch the other ditch. Watch. There's another one over there. You see it? Okay. Yes. Yeah. You see the other ditch here? It goes straight into the people's yard. You see it? You see it? Into the people's yard. Why do we do these things to ourselves? Why? Is it because we don't like ourselves? No. I would say to you, the reason why we're doing these things because those who are responsible to do these kinds of work for us, okay, they don't care.
What is actually happening to this road?
Their job as a construction people to make money. So when they will give you these kinds of crappy stuff, unless you as a Liberian, you know that you love your country, you will not let people take cut corners. You will not. They cost money. It costs money. This is not free. So why will you accept job like that and you call it good? For what reason? Now, one of the things I'm going to be showing you now, when they were pouring these concrete, it was raining. Concrete, there are three items, mostly three items that make up concrete. You got sand, you got gravel, you got cement, and you got water, 4 items actually. Okay? So when you do a mix design, you have to proportion those items in a way, the kinds of strength you want, how strong you want your concrete to be, how weak you want your concrete to be, will determine how each of these materials are blended together. Just like you're making cake, okay? But in this situation, when you have cement that is water, sand, gravel, and cement, Portland cement, all mixed together, and then you pour it in during rainy season, the water go through. When the water get into that cement, it separate the paste, which is the Portland cement and the sand. So what do you have? You got more water and the rock. So at the end, the cement goes down, the sand goes down, and the rock gonna be showing up. I was saying it that day. You can't pour in the rain, and they didn't listen. Let's watch the result here. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, this is so bad, it's unbelievable. It was raining. Where you think that water coming from? That don't get stuck. These are the people the president was trying to protect. How are they going to get out of that? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Why is that problem? Why do you get control that water from the street? Why do you get control that water from the water? The last one you just saw there, where you saw the curve standing up. These are things that as a designer, you guide against. And as a contractor, as a construction person, those are things that are supposed to be in your mind. Think about it. You're not even an engineer. You're not even a construction person. If somebody driving and they make a mistake and their right tire go behind that curve, can that person come back on the road? Because the curve is deeper in the back of it. And that's why when you have a curve, you fill it in. And even if it's mean for it to be down, since you don't want to put a slope like this, you go 5%. Even it up, you go 5%, about 2 feet or even 3 feet. Go 5%, then you drop it. So that way when a person drives, they call it shoulder backing. You put dirt behind it, but gravel. So when a person driving, he gets on there, he can come back on the road. But right there, with that stuff, when the person drop in there, that person going to hit the people's house. What part of it they don't understand, I don't know. But let's look at another one. Let's look at another one, folks. This is the gravel stuff that I'm talking about now. Watch this. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. I hope you were able to see the light pole in the street. You saw that car parking over there. Why would you put a light pole in the street? For what reason? But that's too Liberia. So let's okay. Let me play you another one. This is the one I want you to know. Look at the sidewalk and look at the gravel. Look at the rock standing up now. Truly, you will see what I'm talking about, because the sand and the concrete paste are gone down. So when they got to the bottom, they got nowhere else to go, so they're buying with the rock, but the rock is sticking up now. The sidewalk's supposed to be smooth on top, isn't it? Because they didn't put it. You don't use a rough sidewalk like that, because they did it during the rainy season. Watch this. Look at it work. The workmanship is good. Look at that pound of water sitting right there.
The best I can say.
Look at the water over there. This is not even very bad. This is river. This is river. Where is water gonna go? Where is water gonna go? When it's raining, real rain, where is water gonna go? They said the building, Dr. Ria said, build the road to the children. Look at it. So again, that's also Liberia. That is Liberia. Folks, again, the intent here tonight is not just to criticize. I'm pointing out these things because they need to know. Because they have too much experienced people over there. Okay? I don't know what happened. But look at even in your own house, the driveway where you live. Those of you that can do these kinds of work, you think if you come home from work and somebody gave you this kinds of driveway and all the rocks showing up, will you pay that person? Look at the concrete. It's not even straight. Because if you put a concrete border board behind it, you want to make sure the edge are all even up. But you have jaggedy edge. And look behind the sidewalk. You saw that palm. Look in the street. You saw the palm. What is the reason? I told you here before. When you're going to provide a facility for the community, what is the purpose? Because if you identify the purpose, you might be able to identify other weaknesses in that facility that you're going to provide. If it is brand new, then you don't have study to go by. But if it is old, you're going to have to go by previous records. Those community, yeah, it wasn't paid, but it was a role. Why? What was the performance improvement that you're trying to do, that you're trying to provide for this? If you identify the performance improvement, if you identify the process, you will be able to know, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. That's how you do the engineering. First is, what is the purpose? What is the need? And the need aspect of it will be coming from the community. They're going to tell you we need this because X, Y, and Z. If these people were talk to the community, if they had a conversation with the community, they will find out that one of the biggest problems the community had was coming out of their houses when it rained. And then you come up with an engineering support. You can build our Dole community on a floating mat pavement for the people to walk on. You can build it like a floating sidewalk, but you're able to connect the people that are coming in. You have a sidewalk like that with different columns sticking out. And people come from their house, they come here. The other people, they come from the house, they get on there. And all of them have place to step out. You have a road that is so high, and people's houses are all the way over there. Why don't you put a step? And this is where the shoulder backing, this is where the hinge point comes to play. The road is up here high, and the people's houses is here. You can't build steps straight to the road. So you provide another point that comes out like this. Then from here, you build a step to now this becomes like a platform sidewalk. Why can't you improvise? And you want people to be quiet. You want me to be quiet. I shouldn't say anything. These are simple stuff. They might not work. But have you even given it a thought? How do you help these people? The purpose of this project, according to Dr. Weir, was to help alleviate the suffering of the community. What they have done, the only people that the community, that road is helping is connecting Cloud Town. Those who want to take shortcut, they come through and go to Cloud Town. They don't even live in that community. The road, the vehicle that goes through there, those are the only people that are being helped. People who live in our community, and because they feel that they have no other help. So what do? They don't care for the road. Look at it. You saw it. I'm not making it up. They have no interest. Government will fix it. When Dr. Weir was opening this road, he told them, don't bring keke here and start fixing stuff. When you watch that video, all on the side, they got mechanic shop everywhere because they have no invested interest in this facility. Who they believe the facility is more utilized by the motorcycle, by the cars, the motor vehicle. It's just a connecting point from one point to another. It's not for the community as far as they're concerned. So they have no invested interest, and they're not going to take care of it. Let me play you one last video, and then we can call it quit, or even open a line for folks to say something. Now watch this.
So this is the first.
Connecting, they call it Japanese road. I think you call it Japanese road. Look on there and tell me where you find stop sign. Look over there and see if you find anything stop sign or even a stop bar. Tell me, you see any stop sign over there? They're coming from the old community, getting on a major road. You see any stop sign?
Sumana Drive. This road is going towards the Sumana Drive actually.
Look at that other sidewalk. This compared to the sidewalk.
It's a road that is the Dole community connects the road here from this point. From this point, you enter the Dole community road.
Okay, folks, Samson told LeBron Public Radio. Those of you that are still with me, I appreciate it. But why am I not entitled to my own opinion, my people? You don't have to agree with me, and I appreciate that anyway. But anyhow, let me put a number up here, and you can give me a call. They do see coming. They do see coming because when I'm ready to do the Ralphie Highway, Jesus, in Liberia. When I first watched the Ralphie Highway video the other day, I told myself, if I didn't have family, like just single man running around playing football here and there, I was going to take my Katosa and say, and get Ralphie and get on the highway and say, you up throw me in jail. I'm not getting out of here until this road is built correctly. Because what they're doing over there is so bad. And once again, no purpose, no need. And I will explain that. I hope they send me somebody that I can talk to. Again, folks, that's my number there. Give me a call and let me know what you think. Not just the road. We talk about two things here this afternoon, this evening. So give me a call. Let me put a number. I'm not going to be here long now. So remember this. It's 10 o'clock over there. Okay? 10 in the East Coast, that is. So give me a call here. These are things that when we talk about, sometimes it's just difficult for people to understand what it is that we're trying to achieve. And I'm just sometimes, I don't know. I really don't know whether we're quite ready to do what we're supposed to do or not. I really don't know. I really don't know. And here's the thing here with this whole road business. And I know, that's why I keep saying it. I know Dr. Weir has the ability to understand. Because remember, Dr. Weir used to be a technical advisor in terms of soccer. So a technical advisor, road construction person, everything, they're all the same. It's like taking cube and trying to line them up to see which slot fit in a particular hole. You can't take a square, okay, and put it in a round hole. It's not going to go. And this is what we're getting. It's not like they don't know what they're doing, but because nobody is there to blow. And this is what my good friend, Mr. Victor Smith, who's now president of Engineering Society in Liberia. And when we have the conversation, I know it can be rough sometimes. Well, he's my friend. What are you going to do to me? What is I going to say? He said, don't talk to me anymore. I beg you. But we need to have an honest conversation. Your engineering society, civil, mechanical, electrical, all of the engineering discipline put together and call themselves Engineering Society of Liberia. And many of them drive to Ralphie Highway most of the time, and they see these people damaging the road, and none of them will say anything. You get out of the car and ask who is the supervisor on this job. And see if they're going to throw you in jail. Because what they're doing on that road is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Nobody's going to say anything until the entire road becomes damaged. And then, we can't go to Ralphie now. We got to go all the way to point 4. What about Kakata on the other side now? While we have the road. Because people who are entrusted to do these things are not paying attention, number one. And those who are entrusted to construct the road, they have no vital interest in Liberia either. Their only interest is to get the money and get out. You know what I'm talking about. All of us that are in the diaspora, we work in a place most of the time. What we do, especially when you have a building project back in Liberia, you can't wait to get paid to send money home for the building quick. So if you were in these kinds of positions, And those who's supposed to tell you, say you can't do this and do that, and let you get in away with a lot of stuff, you're going to tell them, no, y'all got to tell me to put this thing correctly? No. You put it in. They like it, they take it. Okay, they like it. That's why. Pay me. And I'm going. They pay me. Tomorrow I'm going to Liberia to continue my project. That's your home. That's the same thing with these Ghanaians, Chinese, Nigerians, the foreigners that are entrusted with this road construction. Robberfield International Highway. When you're doing construction, you're supposed to have 4 or 5 different equipment, construction equipment lined up. You'll be lucky if you find one dozer on that road. You'll be lucky if you find one grader on that road. The last video that I saw, what were they using? The video where Kalasco are praising them so much. What were they using? Front end loader. Man, I beg you, man. Give me a call. Or let me call Mr. Amos George. Mr. George, are you there? Give me a call if you don't want to talk. Give me a call, Mr. George. Let's close this thing. I hope to bring my when I read to. I hope I'm calling the minister tomorrow, and I've already don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. As intelligent, as smart, and good engineers as they are, these people can go any part of the world and make good living. I feel for them sometimes. But yes, they stay in Liberia. Rainy season, dry season, they're there to do the work. But if you allow yourself to do these kinds of work, you must be able to do a good job. If you don't want it, go somewhere else. Mr. George, thank you for calling. We appreciate it. Samson Toll, go ahead, make your point, close this thing for us.
Mr. Toll.
Yes.
The road are bad. As they are exposed to put more danger than even good. How can you, what part of the world the people saw you build a road and there's a light pole in the middle of the road? What country? But every time you say this, they say you don't like the government, or someone don't like the government. Someone said from the beginning that the project will not be beneficial to the people. Physically, you say yes. But look at the people. How many feet those shake the guy from the road? One car just go out and say into a home.
Yeah.
And the thing someone else saying that if you want to be president and hold about, don't be president. If you want to develop a country and you want to hold about, then you're not prepared. What do I mean? Because there are some hard choices you will make. In the beginning, people will cry, but at the end of the day, people will say, oh, yes. Look at the road. The water sitting down there, they breed mosquitoes.
Mm-hmm.
They breed mosquitoes. So what do you do? And this is someone who got no knowledge in engineering, nothing. But common sense can tell you where's the gutter for the water to go. Where certain places you're supposed to post the elevate the place, if you elevate it, then you're supposed to post some steps so the people can walk down.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Way back in, I think they called it play Bishop Brook or somewhere that in Monrovia.
So they went.
They have that type of system where they have step coming from the side wall. They have step for people to go down before you get to your place.
Yeah. So why are we treating our people like this? But then the sad thing is that the people who are level-headed, they come and say the project is worth it. First the president, first the government. But what are they praising you for? You expose people to more danger.
Well, Mr. Joyce, I hate to differ with you on that a little bit. Let me push back here a little bit. President Weah, Dr. Weah is not an engineer. So his job, and that's exactly what he has done, which is to say this is the policy. He set the policy page of the policy of the agenda. And those who are supposed to implement the policy are those who are faulting with these kinds of stuff. They should know better. Dr. Weah is not an engineer. He said these people need a role, we got to give them a role. You as an engineer, what are the processes involved? You identify all of the good and bad in it. And if you still want, you're not certified as an engineer, you go to the president if you can. Say these are what this thing gonna require. These are the bad and these are the good. And give the president the option to say, okay,
you know what?
do it anyway.
But here's the thing here. One word. Feasibility studies.
That's what it is. None.
The feasibility study, it takes into account several things. The legal framework, the people that live in that area, the constructor, the impact, all. That's what that feasibility study means. So if they get a feasibility study, the person doesn't have to be an engineer. You will call the Minister of Public Works and say, hey, what is study you put done? Bring it, let me see. Come and explain to me. That's what they are there for. Nobody expects the person to be everywhere, but when the Liberian government is investing something in the community, it is also incumbent upon the president to be the supervisor of that project. When I mean, so he doesn't have to be there, but at times he pay a visit there. Look at the video. When the president went into telling how they do the LIPO, why he didn't call the Minister of Public Works and say, hey, why this is happening now? But when you things happen, you don't chastise the people, then of course we put the blame on you. Are you seeing that when the person in Paris, what part of Paris he drove, he saw light posting in the street, go around it. Where? So that would require an engineer to tell you that this is not right. What part of what that road? Why there's no water somewhere, some part, Venus part? Where is it? And that place is a swammy area. So you got to ask these questions. You don't have to be an engineer, but you got to ask them these questions. It's just common sense. Call the Minister of Public Works. How do you think the people down there will get there when no step down here? Do you people have steps for people to get down there? No. Then you ask them, but what happened? But these are the things we're talking about. If you want to do something, do it good, so the people can benefit. But yeah, now, know what the person said. No people will come here.
Yeah.
Where is the police? Where's the city mayor to enforce that law? Why people are going back to put garages on this very side wall? Why the city mayor? Why the police? They allow this thing to happen. And if it happens, and you see the person have not driven down there to see all the things again, why you not call the police director or city mayor and say, hey, why all these structures are going back on the street? Do you know the harms are opposed to the community? No. Then it's a rule. It rains, the water stays some places, the area can find a way to go, it remains there. When that dry season, it breeds all the mosquitoes who are going to bite the people right there. So the whole thing is just a sad story for us. We continue to do the same thing and getting the same result. Why is it, are you talking to your friend? Why these people who say they are engineering society of Liberia? Why can't they challenge some of these things? It's better to speak out and say, look, this is not right. So you can be on the record. But people, because some people want contract and think they will go closer and tell Mr. Minister, I don't want to minister, so my man, forget it, man. That's it. Then tomorrow, say, oh, I told the minister, no. Come on, tell the Liberian people so the people can know your position. Because what happening is for everybody. You don't have to be in the government, but you got an organization that's supposed to question these people that this is not right. I think one time that video was in Ghana. Was it last or year before last? These people were doing a construction road. And certain things were not done. The man in charge of that road, I think, I don't know how to call it, I think he's going to the minister. The man drove on that side that day.
Let me play that for you. Let me just play it.
And he held the thank God the guy with the portrait manager from that side.
Let me play that for you. Just
Let
stay.
the post it.
Just stay there, folks. This is what Mr. Josh is talking about.
This property should be arrested
Because that white
immediately.
man.
The contractor, all those
Understand.
working here must be arrested immediately.
It doesn't make sense.
Look at this. Look at this. And you destroy the road.
Without the consent of the road.
You destroy the road, the public road. In which country can this be allowed? In which country can this be allowed? In your own country, can anybody do this? It's madness. It's madness. The owner of this property is not bigger than this country. The owner of this property is not bigger than this country. Even the president of the republic, with all the executive powers in his hands, can't do this and won't do this. What kind of indiscipline is this? And we sit in this country and allow this nonsense to go on. With impudence, you enter into the road corridor, creating inconveniences to all those who use this stretch of the road. You have destroyed the road, and you think you have the power to do that? You should be arrested and prosecuted. It's national security here. This man must be picked. Please pick him. Pick him and arrest him. Put him in the car. This nonsense will not be allowed in our country. Foreigners come into our country and engage in all kinds of things. You destroy public road, public property. Because of this property, can you do this in your own country? Arrest him. And national security should stop the construction. And anybody engaged in it, please arrest all of them. Arrest all of them.
Come. Everybody should come. Everybody should come.
Arrest all of them.
Stop whatever you're doing and come. Hey, everybody should come. Stop whatever you're doing and come. Hurry up.
Mr. Josh, go ahead. Now, Josh. Mr. Josh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead. Wrap it up for us.
See there. Let it or not. But that man, he sent a clear message to all those people who in Ghana doing construction. That was a message sent right away to everybody. That if you do this, when they catch you, you're going to pay a fine. But in Liberia, can you do that? The minister is drinking champagne with a man. So this is the problem. The reality have what we're talking about. The government that has not shown anybody, maybe they got it, the feasibility study that was done on our road. That this is why it was in face of this rule. So the Liberian people can look at it and say, yeah, you know what happened? This time the road will be, this is the study they are doing. These are all the things they met. So the company, we all know about the company, we talked we tired. But today they got a contract. Multi-billion-dollar contract they got. So if the road is good, then thank God. But if it's bad, it's turned out to be bad. We have to live with
I will show you guys I will show you some stuff on our Ralphie Highway, and many of you who are not
We
living
just
in jail, you will find that out.
we saw the first time I saw that thing when I saw a front hand loader. I'm not an engineer, but I see every time I drive, I see people, I see road construction, I see all the equipment people got there. And the first people will put out a front hand loader. That's here to tell you. But you think the minister here to question the people? No. He gave them the contract. He knew that he didn't have the equipment. Maybe they were going to borrow some old equipment from somewhere to bring it. That's it. But that is the saddest thing for us. And today people will be praising the and Kalaspo are going to take picture of the project. This is the best road. People live in the middle lane, the original lane, and they're going to put one on the other side, one on the other side. Are you serious? What happened to the day that has been under our old quota? How are you going to make it the whole with the new one you put in there? Come on. So these are the things. But the last topic I just want to touch, the issue with the vice president and the president. And that woman is from my country. But these are the people that's damaging Liberia. These people, they mean no good for that country. The VP that we spoken on her behalf, the way she has been treated. And today, you're under a remarriage. So it means that these people don't care because it's like you're talking for someone and the person is stabbing in the back. So all of us that went and raised our voices to say this one being sorted by the president, this people, not about it, but people in the government, and nothing was done to them. But to go right by the and say, oh yeah, we'll reconcile. Are you reconciling because of Liberia or because of the position? And I will say this, it's because of the position, not for the country. Not for the country. No, you're not from Lofa. You're not from there. You can say that you got connection, but you're not from Lofa.
But remember too now, she's the chief, how do you call it, Dakaba or whatever they call it?
Dabana.
Yeah.
So,
and being the chief of Dabana, and many people from Lofa County are part of that Dabana society. So
I know. Yeah. So going there, talking about home. No, Madam Vice President. Yes, your parents migrated from there, but how often do you go there to tell people that you're from there? Look, the crowd, Mr. Toll. Did you ever read the story that the MTA bus again to carry them up there?
Where? In Liberia?
Yeah, the MTA buses.
Oh.
So people from Morocco came to go there. So, but yes, my whole take on it. The VP on, maybe I will talk something more about it later, but I just, that's the one of the story. I don't even want to dwell on it. But I just want to say things. The crowd can turn up. They can say what they want to say. But the question I always ask is that, how are the Liberian people doing? Can you afford to put food on your table? Can you afford to send your child to school? Can you afford good drinking water? Can you afford good health care? These are the questions. When you answer, you say yes for this government, I'm okay. Those are the bread and butter issues will be debated in this coming election.
Yeah, I agree.
Those are the issues. The question I ask people is, person, we have loved Lofa so much. So why you didn't say no light there ever since? At point that the only time you go and put light there.
But Mr. George, he's a politician. And this is what politics.
Yeah, Mr.
He's a politician.
Yeah,
he has. I mean, you can't fault him to be a politician.
That's why. But that's the question I'm asking. So that's the question I'm going to ask. No one. Who are jumping on that the person I electrified this place. So If you're not going to visit it, there are going to be no light. So let me flip on the other side. Why didn't you send the light ahead of time 2 years ago?
But then what's the
But you go in
benefit?
there-
What would be the benefit? You want, yeah, I mean,
But
Mr. Judge,
people will
he's
say,
a politician. He needs to do these kinds of
Good.
stuff to stay viable.
okay, but that's good. Good for them. But where's the hospital? Where's the school? Where's the clean drinking water? These are the questions that people will have to answer. And if you say your life is better than tomorrow, than yesterday, then perfect, vote for it. Those are the basic things that Nigerians will be asking this government so they can answer these questions.
Okay.
So, I mean, they can
All
say, person where is pouring 10,000 cry in Lofa, and because it's the campaign on already, because I think it's also today that the endorsement the president got.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what I also post. And look at the look at the ridiculous thing. Sekou Carrasco carrying gun with him, hanging on a motorcade. Is that Sekou Carrasco? Is that your SS guy, or what?
Well, they don't
If
see
you are
they don't see anything wrong with it though.
If you are heir to the president,
Sedition
that
don't
is not your function.
Sedition don't see
Heir
anything.
to the president, supposed to be in that car with the president or whatever, but now he ain't car with going all on his side, showing.
Yeah.
That gun you got on your side. Is that how it's supposed to be? Supposing someone grab, you don't know someone can pull that pistol from right there? Whatever you got there, someone could pull it from right there? Where's the protection? You expose the gun like that. You don't in the car with your hand. If someone grab that car, gun, will you be able to leave that car to protect that arm? People just do some crazy stuff in Liberia because they want to show. Sekou Carrasco now want to show that he carrying armor in Liberia. But let me just leave it on that note. But yeah, it's the thing. The role that the people are yearning for, it doesn't worth it. You cannot pay millions of dollars for something that you are not fully benefiting from, and you be jumping your debt. Even it exposes you to more danger. But we'll leave that one for tomorrow debate.
Okay. Mr.
Thank
Josh,
you, and have a good. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your analysis. We appreciate it as usual. Thank you very much. Okay, folks, Samson told Labron Public Radio. We've been out here now for quite a while, and I want to thank all of you again for tuning in this evening. We appreciate it. And again, once again, this is not the intent to degrade, but to criticize with responsibilities. And when I start doing the Rowfield Highway, the reason why I didn't show the fix for Doe community tonight, because I did that already. I showed the fix, and they didn't listen. So I'm just showing you the result of what they have done. And so if we don't pay attention, if we're not going to be attentive in terms of Rowfield Highway, then we're going to be, other people been ice cream, a lot of people been calling me ice creaming to do a paper, right? I think, yeah, I can do that, but how many people will go and read it? I think I will continue with the analysis from this platform. I think it'll be, if I do the writing, then you're talking mostly for people who I don't want to classify it. So I'll continue to do the analysis from this platform. I will do it, but with respect. I will do it, but with responsibility. Now, the fix for Rowfield Highway, I will go out and do some of the projects that I've involved, that I was part of, and during the construction and even the design and what have you. I will show you what are some of the things you need to do. Now, not because they're in America. Those things are applicable in Liberia as well. So we will work on that. Okay? I want to thank all of you again for tuning in to Liberia Public Radio, and I will say good night to all of you. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. Good night, folks.